Hi guys and welcome to Journey to Grandmaster. Let's play a 10 minutes game together. I'm going to explain all of my decisions as an international master and hopefully you could take a look at it and that would be instructive for you. I was about to play the London system for some reason. I don't know, I hate it. I never play it. Let me play the e3 move instead, the Collie system. That is something I like much more. I don't play it as often in my games, so yeah, let us try. So back to my initial point, I'm going to explain all of my decisions in the process, and hopefully that would be helpful for you to understand how a chess professional thinks throughout the chess game. c5, yeah, that's one of the main moves, and I guess just bishop d3. I'm okay with c4 because I'm going to just step back, and then I'm going to attack it. Knight c6, yeah, very logical, just castles. Takes immediately. Okay, have to take it back. Yeah, basically that's not such a position that I hoped to have. It's not going much here, but yeah, can play c3, can play h3, maybe knight d2, queen to b3, something like that. Of course, I have to stop e5, although e5 is not a problem. He's gonna just have an isolated pawn, but he has a very solid position now. That's the biggest problem. Maybe I can play bishop g5, e6, take on f6, but maybe it's not gonna be that great for me because his rook will be very active there. I'll have to develop my bishop somehow, so let me play bishop g5 and maybe I don't take it on f6. Just play knight d2. He plays h6, I have bishop h4 and bishop g3. Okay, he's okay with exchanging it and then he wants to attack, which is pretty logical. Can I play c4? No, it's always difficult. Okay, then let me continue the development and maybe I'm preparing the move c4 and then I have a rook against the queen. Bishop f4. Haven't really thought about that. I guess I have to take. I mean, either have to take the knight or the bishop. I don't like taking the knight because he's gonna have two very powerful bishops. So let me take it here. But it feels like he has the initiative now, and I don't like it at all. Maybe I have the move g3, just trying to push the queen away. Maybe even g4 afterwards. But yeah, somehow it feels that I should be careful here, not to lose the game somehow. Maybe I can play queen e2 and queen e3, trying to go for an endgame. I'm curious where the king is going, because if he goes short castles, yeah, then the attack is not that dangerous anymore. And I can, I don't know, play something like that. Because earlier it was pretty dangerous for me. But still, g3 and g4 feels like I'm gonna just create a lot of weaknesses in my camp. But I'm gonna have 95. Yeah, let me try to do it, because it's in the spirit of this opening. The main idea is to play 95. Yeah, queen h6. Now the problem is that this pawn would be hanging. Maybe I can still play g4 and knight f5. Maybe king g2 first. I mean, without the dark squares bishop, I'm not really afraid of him doing something dangerous. Okay, he went bishop g6 on his own, so I don't need to play g4 and weaken my position. Then I guess I'm just playing knight f5. Because my idea is, of course, to play f4. That would be just a dream for me. Takes. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with that outcome. I understand it's still not much, but at least this queen feels completely offside now. Maybe he's gonna take and play queen to g6, trying to exchange the queens. Just knight to c5. Yeah, also makes sense, because it's basically the same thing if I take. Do I have anything else? Can go back, but doesn't bring me anything. I might take and play c4, because I just have a few tempi before his rooks are coming there, and then yeah, I might be in trouble because my king is weaker. f5 doesn't feel like a good move, because knight takes d3 takes, and then I have to sacrifice and exchange, and I don't see that it's enough. What would be good for me to have some kind of knight against bishop, knight d4 against bishop g6, but how do I achieve that? I don't have any way to achieve that. Bishop b5 doesn't work, just a6. Well, maybe there I can attack. Yeah, but he always have knight e4. No, that's nothing. Then it means I have to take. Have to take and still try to fight in this position. Maybe place my knight on d4. And then maybe f5. Wait, but here knight e4. Knight is attacking there. Okay, so at least I have achieved that. And he just wanted to go to the endgame. Yeah, maybe I'm not getting anything in the endgame. I hoped to play f5 and somehow put some pressure, because if you take, then you have an isolated pawn there, and also maybe potentially a target on f7. If you don't take, then I'm taking on e6, and that's a horrible weakness. Maybe I should play g4 first and then f5. Because if you take, I can take back with the pawn, and maybe e6. Although, doesn't feel much too, to be honest. Let me try to play, or maybe g4 first. If I play g4, he can play rook e8, and then f5, this pawn would be hanging there. So I guess I should just play f5 immediately. At least I like that I have a very, very stable knight. By the way, I can also try to take it with a knight, but then e5 pawn would be hanging. e5 pawn would be hanging. Otherwise, it would be great for me. Take here with a knight to attack. Maybe I should have played rook to d1 first, because that would attack the pawn. And this knight would be very well relocated to e3 and then attacking the d5 pawn once again. This way, yeah, I don't have this option. I have to take with a rook. Rook e8. How do I shuffle my pieces around? Because I don't like that suddenly this pawn is very weak. Maybe rook d1 first. Wait, there is g6. That was unfortunate. But maybe in the end of the day I get this pawn. I have to step back. Maybe f4. Yeah, 4 is good. Because also I'm keeping an eye on this knight. So if he takes, I have knight f3, attacking it, and the rook doesn't really have a good square to go. Otherwise, I'm gonna take this pawn back, goes back, and yeah, it's not much, but feels like I still have the initiative. Okay, I have to make sure that my second rank is covered. I also don't have that much time left, but now I have knight d4. Once again covering the e4 square, and now I have rook to f2, attacking the f2 pawn, but f7 pawn, but he has, yeah, king g7 also works. d4, intending to play g5. Maybe that would be somehow dangerous, but yeah, rook e7. I don't have much. Somehow this f5 idea maybe was premature. How do I make any progress here at all? I no idea. Make any progress. I don't see any move. d2 doesn't seem, I mean, the knight is coming to e4. Rook f3 maybe. Maybe I had knight b5 and knight a7. No, that doesn't feel right. Doesn't feel right, but maybe that was my only chance to get some initiative. 5, where the knight is going. 3. Very difficult endgame, and also I have much less time. There is no increment, so I have to be careful with that. See if I can get anything out of it. Yeah, I don't know if a4 was a good idea, because now I have a weakness there. Yeah, a5 and b4. And trying to relocate the knight to c5. Question is whether I have enough time for that. Now I have rook is e3, and the problem is that the knight is pinned. Yeah, but my rook is not protected. I'm taking it. 95 is coming. F3 maybe. I want to somehow activate my king. Yeah, I guess I have to go for it. He goes into the pawn endgame. That's very interesting. No, I should have played g5 maybe, although helps him maybe. Now g5 feels strong, although that's double-edged. Let me risk. Because he's gonna have a passer here potentially, and I'm gonna have a passer there. That's a very fascinating position, by the way. But maybe I'm just losing here. Maybe not. 5. Yeah, he's just ignoring the whole threat. But I have the move c5, because if you take, I have c6, and I'm promoting. Otherwise, I'm threatening to play c6. Yeah, that seems to be incredible. I mean, maybe he can take and play king d6, takes, king c7, a6, and then I might lose. That's annoying. I mean, here I don't have any choice. I have to go for it. Maybe I'm not losing there, because my king is pretty near. a6. Yeah, he has a passer here and here. That's my main problem. And how do I even create a threat? So if I go this way, he's going b4. And I hoped that I can somehow create a threat, but maybe I just don't have any threats at all, because once I play b8, he can always take it. I'm gonna play king to d5, because it seems like the most active move, but I just don't have any idea. Take this pawn, but afterwards I'm just completely lost suddenly. b8 doesn't work. Somehow I thought that it could work for me, but it just doesn't. And obviously I can't stop both of the pawns. How do I even create a threat? I just don't have any threats at all. My biggest problem, like a7, and that's all wrote here. Yeah, but hopefully it was interactive. Let me know in the comments what I have missed, because it felt like a completely normal endgame, but then I wanted to play for a win and lost the game, as it usually happens.